acid. Uh-oh, baby. Man, I gotta clean that mess. Look at those cables, man. Right on. Wow, cables. Oh, you got to set the music feedback link. I'm gonna activate it right now. Just give me a sec. If it's not there, let me put it at the very top. Just gotta remember, tell myself to turn it off after I'm done with the stream. Yeah, my bad, man. It's I just got back from the gym, so hold up. It's a little better. I mean, link's always there, man. Forgot to put it back on. I've been trying to get some stuff sorted. I've spent the last few days, not even lying, I did like I think 150 to 70 patches for Paradox Volume 6. But I didn't do the clips or the notes that you can add now in Serum 2. And I kind of realized that sometimes people will hear a sound and not know what the sound is intended for or how it should be used to maximize its capabilities, right? Where it sounds the best. So I've made about 180 ideas clips over the past 2 days, just rocking. So I'm a little dead, but today I'm feeling more refreshed. I finished yesterday. It was fun. Lots of. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, we got some songs. You were first too, man. I think that's you. Just set it up. Okay. Just getting new songs in. Nothing but the truth till set us free, right? Okay, let's get started. And there's no fucking sound. I'll fix it right now. Figure out why there's no sound. Hmm. Why is there no sound? Is it the fact that the song's not good? Hmm. Now there's sound, but people got blasted. Okay, now there's sound. What the fuck, man? Shit. Okay, damn. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, I had to change the sound card. This is a mess. I'm so sorry. I hope YouTube has a limit. I'm so sorry. Sorry, I had to get my C controller, bro. Yeah, my bad. I had to switch the sound card. So it's kind of fucked, man. But apologize for that. Sorry. Hopefully YouTube has a limiter. I think it does. But I'm so sorry, guys. Fuck. Obviously, this is why I'm not in a $200,000 studio, isn't it? You know how many ears I've blasted over the years, man. Okay, I think it's sorted. Let's hear. Yeah, this one sounded pretty good as I was hearing it through. This is a drop. It's leaving a lot to be desired. It's just a transition. I think it's because the break is playing the same thing as the drop the whole time. You need some contrast, my friend. Yeah, it's kind of boring. So there's no risk in this. You know, that drop melody is playing in the break, same sounds, no change. The only thing that comes in is a thin ass kick. But it's a good kick, by the way. So don't gotta make people laugh and smile, you know. But yeah, man, some contrast is needed there. I mean, I don't know if this is dance. Use Cashmere's Bloom, but yeah, that drop needs to feel more change. Breaks sound pretty good, I would say. That's nice. Yeah, so on the drop, maybe chords, something, man. That's where I would kind of take it. That sound came in to remind me a bit of Swedish House Mafia, pretty dope. But I would say if I had to kind of go off intuition, that sound is probably the key on making that drop sound a lot more alive and a lot making me go like, yeah, you know. Right now it doesn't make me go that way, so you got figured out. Let's see, Bass Unknown V1 by Koog. I like the new cover. Tell me you're dating a Japanese girl without telling me you're dating a Japanese girl. Damn, bro, you fucking rich or something. I see them houses on the left, bro. All right. That is Japanese roofing if I've ever seen Japanese roofing. That's definitely some Japanese. Yeah, man. It's pretty decent, man. Grooving. Yeah, I'm very grateful it's not Chris Brown, sorry. What's his name? Chris Brown? James Brown. I'm grateful it's not James Brown going, yeah! That transition could be a lot better. I like the idea of that, but it just feels like you need to drop into the beat. Like you don't need the This part's smooth, man. Would definitely go for more of a 90s garage vibe for this section, personally. It could be that I just saw the ad on Instagram from Baby Audio for their 90s garagey pack. But it would sound sick here, you know, that those garagey drums. What? Come on, man. I thought we got out of the hood here. You know, I think Japanese girl, man. I don't think they like that kind of stuff, you know. So I see the roof. You know, I'm Mexican, so you know, I was about to get into the roofing business too, man. But shit, trying to be culture. Yeah, you don't need that, man. You're better than that. Not to say culture isn't dope. Culture's dope, but I mean, it's just the vibe of the song doesn't call for a fuck you or something. You know, like. Oh, yeah, like a motherfucker in there. Well, other than that, it's pretty cool, man. Bellflower. Yeah. Nah, man, we're better than that. Come on, man. You're white. Come on. Okay. But yeah, I like the idea, man. I think your break, try the garagey stuff. I think it'll sound dope. There's an ad from Baby Audio. I get it all the time on my Instagram. And it sounds pretty good. And it's like 90s garagey, you know, garage stuff. So check it out. I think you'll see what I mean. It's pretty dope. Why the fuck is this black and white, dude? The whole thing. Holy shit, that fucked me for a bit. It's one of those 1/8 basses. Can you believe I pumped pesos? Is that Daddy Yankee, bro? Bailando. a little too noisy on this transition here. That's what I would personally say, right? My intuition hasn't let me straight. Here, that noise stuff, it doesn't really add anything. I would remove. Part's fine. Also, like, are there parts of the vocal that aren't so harmonized or layered? That's all I would say. As I'm hearing it, that's bothering me, right? So intuition, right? When you guys hear your own music, you have an intuition. You hear it and you're always iffy on stuff. If you're very early on and stuff later on, you know there's something wrong, but you just don't know what, right? So intuition, as I'm hearing this, those are things that are bothering me. Exactly. Not sure on the pew sound. It's a little too goofy for what we're doing. I'd say. Yeah, leave that for the West Ends. Definitely losing me here. It's starting to lose that really cool vibe that you had with the bass. So as you start bringing in that melody and start doing, you know, like all this other like chops and stuff, like you lose that coolness factor in it. If you like it, it's all fair. But I'm just trying to let you know, we're in the Ferrari right now, and you're playing Barbie Girl, and I'm just like, come on, bro, getting the honeys, you know, like, come on, dog. That's fair if you like it. Beautiful thing about music, subjective. Just give you my intuition, my first thoughts on this. This part's cool. Definitely going above and beyond, doing a lot. I recognize you're losing me. All of this, you're losing me. I think you're doing way too much. You know, like, you ever just hear these people's tracks and go, man, they're too simple and shit? Maybe that's the key, right? Like, I think there should be some form of complexity to it, right? If it sounds badass, but at the moment, like, you're losing me here. This is part I would kind of hear it and go, you know, you were asking feedback man to man in person or something. This is the part I would say, oh, this part feels very iffy. Okay, noise is cool. If the noise could be a lot more like, because the noise comes in, right? And it's very like, it's almost very flowy, right? If there's any way to like make it sound like this versus like this, that would be the key, I think, for the noise. Maybe it's just, you just need that fucking texture there, but you don't need it to go shit like that. Gunshot. Don't do that. Don't do that. May as you can do it. My thing is now, Chris Lake has started streaming, right? So I feel like everyone is doing that, you know? So you could do it. You could do it. If you think it's cool, you want to have it in one fucking song, you know, like, do it. But I feel like because Chris Lake is streaming a lot and everyone's just copying what he's doing, that is super played out. So that's what, personally, me, I would say, don't do that. Find another way of doing something similar, but don't do the chord fucking hit. All right, cool. Yeah, no need to have confidence in yourself. Now watch Chris Lake work just so you can see, like, oh, okay, there's cool things to pick up and stuff. Don't copy what he's doing, please, because we're hearing too much of that shit on Instagram. Like, I get the feed, and every other tech house producer is like, I've heard this before, you know? It's a bunch of Chris Lake shit. El dinero y la fama no me ha cambiado, no me ha cambiado, vamos, ma. And then just drop it. Like, no need to pitch down and do all that stuff, I would say. Just kind of keep the composure and the, I guess, matureness, badassness of what the genre is. So yeah, don't overthink that. I feel like you could do that and then just, it sounded great. It would rock. Okay, cool. And it seems like it's the best. That's all I gotta say. Mix-wise, it's sounding pretty decent, man. It's sounding pretty decent. I'm hearing at low volumes. I got too many sessions today to to be hearing at full volume to feel the low end part of it, but everything sounded pretty decent at low volumes. So, you know, which is the biggest test of them all. So I heard everything. Everything important was there. I got this. Yeah. It was like that indie dance. Fuck, nah, it's Brazilian bass. Yeah, because everyone's doing your favorite genre. I think I have one of your songs called Jumping Jumping. This is all I'm going to say arrangement-wise, right? For this kind of stuff, if you're going long arrangement, don't listen to me. But I am pretty bored here. I'm assuming, you know, like it's cool. Yeah, exactly. More interesting drums. So a thing I do, right? And I was talking, Mystery Box in the chat has a goddamn Lindrum and a DMX. So if anyone wants to burglarize a producer's home, you know where to go. At least $7,000 worth of fucking boxes in there. I'm kidding, don't do that, but I am pretty jealous. But honestly, I'd have it in the back as a showpiece. Like, you better have that thing in a nice little container stuff. Yeah, I've been using DMX, Lindrum, bass drums for this kind of stuff. Mainly, I like to program with it because it kind of gives you a set of drums that will work for this stuff really well. And you don't have to overthink it. So from there, you can start playing and jamming out, pressing the key on the keyboard or your MIDI keyboard through the drums it has and try to add flavor to it. So usually I'll have like the song like Chris Lake does on an 8-bar loop, right? Like, you know, 4-bar, whatever. The difference between me and him, let's say, is I like to jam on a MIDI keyboard, like the drums on top. I find I make the best grooves that way, where I don't have to rely too much on drum loops. But also, you'll make stuff that fits the song, right? The bass of the song, the ideas you've already cemented, and you can make drums that revolve around those ideas a lot easier that way. So DMX, Lindrum is the drums for this kind of stuff, I would say. You can definitely do 707 as well. These, again, are just drum machines. You can find samples online for them, free and paid for. So, yeah, check it out, man. Definitely spice this thing up. You know, like Sorf said, missing like the open hat accent. But you need a lot more. It just feels very, very boring. After I hear like majority. Don't do the Chris Lake thing, please. Don't do it. What do you like? You don't need to add Fox in there, man. So just some ideas, right, that come to my head. That's one idea. All right. I'm trying to do it, man. My core. Fuck, I gotta do sit-ups. Yeah, I can't, dude. Guys, work on your core. Holy shit. If you want to beatbox, you gotta have a strong core. That's all I would add personally. And then from there, just feel it out. You know, like go into your break, create your build, the hands in the air moment, and then, you know, do what you have to. But the idea is pretty solid. I would say continue that forward. And I'm going to call all you motherfuckers out that do Chris Lake-esque shit. It's good to admire. It's good to do it, but I don't know. Hopefully you don't put it in the music. Okay. Maybe. No more Chris. No, is that I think I haven't watched the latest streams. I picked up stuff from it, but I mean that's the thing, right? It's kind of like, how do you say it? Fuck, there's a term for it. I forget it. Right? I forget the term, man, but there's a term for it. Learn from it for sure, like the plugins, the cool delay souls and stuff. But I guess flip it into your own thing, you know? Like if you want to add like a crazy fuck it or fuck you, right? Like maybe find another word or another way of doing it, right? Because there's ways. The idea there is like there's a big contrast change of vocal that we haven't heard before that creates this oh shit moment to it. So then you find something that fits instead of getting the fuck. Oh yeah, I was doing sins and I ran out of them, and my wife has like these vapes. Like usually, you know, some people will have snacks all over the house, right? Like guilty pleasures, hiding them from plain sight. So my wife has vapes all around the house. And I'm kidding, she only has 2. I don't know why. So I found it and I was like, I ain't getting sins because, you know, I'm gonna save some money. I got this. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to sins eventually. What happened? That's all good. Don't worry. I'll call it out. Like, it sounds like Chris Lake and stuff for fun, but don't worry. Like, if you guys like doing that stuff, do it. You know, I'm just saying, like if you can do it differently, do it. I have to say it as a good mentor, right? Like, hey, you know, it sounds too Chris Lake-ish, but hey, fuck it. You know, if you want to do it, do it. But I am going to call it out. But if you like it, leave it. You know, fuck it. Okay.
Maybe we should all just get along with each other and put away our problems.
Exactly, no big deal.
Or whatever it is. We just need to forget about everything and just have a good time here tonight. It's really that simple.
So a vocal that's saying the stuff, right? Like it's a little buried, right? So when you're hearing your song, what do you want people to pay attention to? And usually you make that be more at the front. So you can definitely make that at the front, put it more to the front. From there, if those vocals, the acapella style, conflict with it, then maybe save the vocal for the break or for your intro here, like this little section here, so that when it drops, you have the vocal chops and that's it, right? So, you know, sometimes you have 2 things you want to have in a song, but they're both conflicting a lot. Well, if you don't want to get rid of both of them, then think about where to place them, maybe in different sections of the song rather than having them on top. I can have it here too. That's fair. Yeah, sure, Palm Springs, bro. I'll be honest, if I heard this at the club, I mean, everything's sounding pretty dope, man. Like, I'd be like buying a Corona, you know, like some not tequila, Red Bull and vodka. Nothing bothers really. It all feels like it belongs. Hell of a lore, Lars. That's a lore. Yeah, I really have not a lot to say about this. Honestly, like, if I'm not nitpicky, it sounds cool, man. Like, it sounds like it fits in this world of, like, if someone were to play it out, it's like fitting properly. Not a lot for me to say. Now you want to hear it? If you guys all want to hear it, I'll put it. I don't mind. You know, if you guys want to hear Lars' song, just let me know. I know some people get mad. Oh, no, fuck that guy, you know, shit like that. But you guys let me know if you want. Yeah, this is cool. Not a lot to say. I'm hearing it, and it's good, man. Honestly, let's not overthink it. Just what I said, right? If it gets too cluttered with vocalist stuff, just think about sections to put the vocals where they're not together, so that way you have, you know, the vocals in different sections. You can have all of them in the song, and again, they don't conflict with each other. About esse surf. So, yes. Splash. Cool. I guess the only thing I can criticize here is like how you're doing it here. I really like that vibe, right? The hip hop vibe with the sine wave. That vibe to me feels dark, deep. Drums constantly playing to the break like that. Maybe it's fine, but personally, me, I would try to filter them a lot sooner and create the theme of that, right? So if this is a remix, then however the vibe is of that song, the kind of sound, like the atmosphere, the sonic profile of it, then I would add sounds like that in the break. Or two, filter the drums and just have that lead come in sooner, or leave it as is, really. You know, again, like Bashi said, it's club music. Who gives a fuck? But no, like if you want to like get into the storytelling of it, you can filter the drums out and provide more of that vibe. Pretty clean though, man. Very clean. Really well balanced. The vocals up front. This is where I can be picky. I hear the sign lead and the vocal sitting on top of each other there. So I don't know if the sign lead should go away or if it should stay, right? So it's no right or wrong, right? It's just whatever you prefer. You can bet on me. No. We're politically correct. We can't say that word here. Sign lead here, I would say. Again, it might be fine the way it is, but it could just be my taste. That sign lead here, like we already heard way too much of it. Give it a break. Why not come in with another sound that provides not the same, but maybe something else, that like a pad or something. Allow the vocal to do its thing with other elements, so that way the track has like depths to it rather than just using the same sound. Yeah. This part's getting boring. This part gets boring. This definitely needs, like, again, if it's club music, like, I mean, it's fine, but to my brain, this kind of makes me feel like, you need something here, man. Something different. It's too predictable in not the good way. Not in a good way. Yeah, something different. Yeah, so this section is this, like, if I had to, like, say, find the weakness in something and then shoot it with my B-bomb, you know, Star Fox 64 style. I failed you, Andros. Vibes, it would be here. This is the weak spot. Come in with a fucking like X-wing and just throw a torpedo in there. That's the weak part. But anyways, this section just needs work. Pretty much risk it. Do something cool. Do something different. Do something cool for DJs to use, maybe for transitioning out of the song or for mixing into the song. Give them a place to play rather than having do a barrel roll there, bro. But yeah, that's what I would say. The way it sits too is fine, but if you, that's the part, again, the weakest part, I would say. Yeah, like, you know, you wanna, how do you say it? How do you say this? You wanna create some distance between the amateurs and the intermediates and the advanced. That's where you do it, bro. Okay, I got you. Okay, I'll put Lars in, by the way. Sounds boomerish. Damn. But the way, man. I mean, yeah, sure. Let's not judge that stuff. Hi, man. Here's my song from the '80s. It's called "Woman," bro. As long as, look, all I read was the lore, something about a stroke. I'm glad you made it out of that, man. You know, blessed to be alive every day. And then he did put out brain damage and slow nowadays. All good, man. I mean, the fact you're still making music is sick. Keep doing that, and I'll check it out. And then let me see, Bash. She submitted 2 links. You know, I've never had the opportunity to have version 2.5 and version 2.6. Is there a difference? In the waveform there is, but I'm curious. I should just hear both and go like, huh, what's the difference between both? I definitely hear the Chris Lake influence, but it's not that bad. You know, it's not the obnoxious ones. The way too Chris Lake is. Hold up, man. That break questionable. Not gonna lie, this part here, I'm very like, for club music, it's okay, I guess, because there's memes around, right? When like the DJ is mashing up 2 songs live and it's like they sound out of key, or like it's kind of like a bit like it doesn't fit like that. I would say this for me feels rather like that. Like it's cool, you can do it, but it's, I don't know if that's super optimal. Promise. What's the song again? It's Single Ladies or Beyonce, right? Destiny Child. I used to hear this as a kid and think it was the most badass song ever.
Ladies, leave your man at home. The club is full of ballers and their pockets full of gold. And all you fellas, leave your girl with her friends. 'Cause it's 11:30 and the club is jumping, jumping. We say you gotta, 'cause it's 11, looking like a star. Yeah, it's true, you got a man, but the party. All you fellas, leave your girl with her friends. 'Cause it's 11:30 and the club is jumping.
Yeah, it feels like you might want to just go with like whatever bass notes they're using. So, I mean, I wish I had the vocal like without the beat, but it's so doom.
I ain't worried about my girl, alright?
All you ladies, leave your man at home. The club is full of ballers and their pockets full of gold. And all you fellas, leave your girl with her friends. 'Cause it's 11:30 and the club is.
So personally, me, this is what I'll say. That top lead that comes in on the bass, I wouldn't do it because you want all the attention on the vocals. That top lead kind of kills the attention. Like quoting like a famous mix engineer, I can't say who it is because I don't remember, but he made a claim or a statement. The statement read, anybody can mix if they can hear a song and know what the main idea is. So what he means by that is when you're mixing, right, you want to put the main idea at the front. And if there's anything that takes the attention away from it, that means you got to mix that better, quieter, or, filter it, put it in the back, add depth, do something. But personally, me, I wouldn't come in with that sound there. Just let the vocal do the work. And yeah, the vocal just doesn't fit the vibe here. Was it Luca? This part's cool. Nice. Yeah, like it's 11:30. Feels too raw. The 1 cent shot, yeah, the leads, the supersaw leads and stuff. This is cool. Club is jumping. And the club is jumping. Pum, 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 pum. And the club is jumping. Jumping. Well, don't pitch too high up or down though, because then it sounds too goofy, but it'll work. Yeah, then I hear it. I don't know what happens to the vocal. Sounds like it pitches up. You don't need the vocal here. Yeah, main issues with the song is the vocal. Some of the sound design, some of the leads you have sound definitely cheap, and I would say don't fit the vibe. So I mean, obviously we have the reference, the jumping as the source material. So I would just look at the sounds they're using there and try and pay homage to that. I think the bass is cool. The kick sounds like you can still EQ it better. It sounds more like a mid-low or mid-duck needed with that is needed. But once you have that, it sounds like the kick should work pretty decent. Yeah. So vocals, if you don't pitch them right, if you leave them at where they're at, let's say you're not scared about the copyright, right? Like, does it sound good and badass? If so, maybe try formant shifting them, not too high up and not too low down, right? Because right now it just sounds way too just way too kiddish, kid-like, right? Kid-like. So that would be the main thing. And yeah, other than that, I mean, it's just making the vocals not feel rushed. Sound, yeah, a little Alter Boy it. I had to do that for a remix I did, which hopefully comes out in two weeks. That's about all I have to say. I say a melodic techno mix. Is it Patreon only? No, it's not Patreon only. I have an email for that, which I check 2 times a month. Usually I'll like hear a song and just go through it and stuff. So cool. All right, man.
Underneath the velvet sky, she moves
Don't AI me, please.
like whispers passing by. A fleeting glance, a subtle sway. Her shadow knows the night's ballet. Her voice attuned, the heart will chase. A quiet storm, a touch of grace. Fleeting steps, night she claims. She holds the key to endless night. Oh, woman, where do you go? Through the tides, the winds, the glow. Carry the secrets you'll never tell. A love that binds like hidden spell. The world she shapes with subtle.
Might be, who knows? I've been playing with Suno a lot, so it's pretty decent, I would say, at what it's doing. So that's why I'm super hard on some people when I hear their music, because you got to risk it. Suno is very generic and it's very good at it. And I think it's getting to that point where if you generate the right prompt, it can definitely make something cool. The quality's not there where it needs to be. But it's definitely pretty decent, I would say. And the way I've been using it personally is as a tool to generate ideas, extend the remix feature, get different variations, things I wouldn't have done, just different things. But, you know, I have a song that, like, I'm pretty sure I'm done with it. I heard it yesterday. I was pretty happy with it. And I ran it through Suno. And, like, I asked it to remix it and also to extend it. What it provided wasn't what I would consider what the genre is, because I don't think Suno can feel the vibe, feel what you're going for, but it can definitely analyze the sounds, analyze the low end energy, analyze the buildups, right? Like the by looking at the data of it, but it can't do that emotion. It can't do that intuition, right? I feel like the vibe part of a song, right? So that's why I'm always like, you got to risk it more on your breaks. You got to do crazy shit that, you know, only you can think of because you're that fucking stupid, you know? But yeah, if it's AI, whatever, man. Like, you know, like,
Lost horizons, endless lands.
it's AI, it's AI. You still have to input lyrics.
Story hidden, hers to keep. Oh, woman, where do you go? Through the tides, the winds, the glow. Carry the secrets you'll never tell.
The lyrics are pretty good, though.
Binds like a hidden spell.
Okay, that lead is definitely questionable. I don't know if it's AI. Vocal sounds AI, which is fine.
If I find her fleeting dream, will I unravel what she means? Or like the frost, she'll fade away. A fleeting glow at break. A name I only know. A fleeting trace, forever lost in time and space.
That was fine. Cool.
A hidden the glow. Carry the secrets you'll never tell.
Prom night where you go. I thought it was fine. I'm not a lyric expert. Like I mean, yeah, like I can definitely differentiate Lana Del Rey and Adele versus other people and stuff. But if someone can write lyrics, then I always give respect to that. If you can invoke your emotions into writing, into a poem that's yours, fuck yeah, that's sick, man. I wish I could do that. All my poems say "fuck you," hands in the air, like the system, we're in control, shit like that.
Love that binds like
Nah, we're not cooked. The way I see it, it's a tool, and you're gonna use it to make better music. It's gonna make it easier for people to make more high quality music, which is definitely gonna set the bar higher for most, for most music. You're gonna become a better producer because of it. Trust me, I can't do like like I've been using it because sometimes I'll be working on a sample pack and I keep making the same synth loops or the same mid bass loops. So then I'll try and generate some stuff like techno-ish, play with the tags, and eventually I get something that I would call okay, but there's cool ideas to take from it. Imagine you're the boss and this person is coming and giving you ideas saying, okay, well, we have this, we have this, we have this, right? At the end of the day, you're the one that's going to determine what's good or not because AI cannot feel, right? Suno cannot feel. It cannot invoke the emotion. It could try by using techniques. And, if we've learned, like, for instance, if I want to make an epic melody, what I teach most people usually is to use what sets the mode of the scale. So in a C minor scale, that's going to be the D and the D sharp and the G and the G sharp because that's where you have half steps, right? So I'm assuming Suno or AI will learn that from, again, reading stuff online, which, guides that people have made about it. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to decide whether it fits the song, whether it fits at that exact moment, whether it fits here. Should the arrangement be like that? Should it not be like that? Is this the right sound? No. Okay, cool. Well, you're going to be able to take the arrangement or you're going to be able to take the drums, ideas. The sound quality is also not up there. So, if it does get to that point, then, shit, like you can definitely start releasing stuff straight from Suno. But I think it's more of a thing to just generate ideas and get different variations to what you're doing that you wouldn't have thought of. That's the way personally that I've been using it. Okay, so I know Eliminate made a track with splice vocals where it sounded like Shakira. Yeah. Let's see. Let's keep going. Kendall Hill. The thing where I'm kind of safe with sound design is that I've been hearing the AI stuff and the sound design usually isn't like, it's not up there. In terms of what I mean with that is like with Suno, because I'm not going to be oblivious to it, right? My job is on the line. So I'm trying to think, how can I use AI or become a part of that if people are going to start using it? Oh, shit. That's not. Give me back. There we go. This is the way I see it, right? If I don't figure out how to incorporate with AI, because producers are going to use it, people are always going to take the easy way out if they choose to use it that way as well, is, okay, I can't be basic with my sound design. I can't keep making saw leads like that are basic as shit. If I do make saw leads that are basic as shit, I need to provide something that AI is not going to provide for the person. So for me, that's going to be more of the mixing side of it, making sure the sound sounds expensive, right? A lot of people are not going to be able to achieve that at certain levels of production. Sound design attraction sounds. What I mean by that is you hear a song and there's that one sound they use in the break and it might be an ear candy sound, but it's such a complex sound that it makes the track, the break, people go, oh shit, what was that, right? Like the anima, beep, 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 back in the day, the anima stabs is a good example of that. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how am I going to do that. So when I hear Suno and people using it to generate ideas, the way I see myself in that is, well, the sound design that AI provides is usually pretty cheap, pretty generic as shit. So maybe I'll be like, okay, use AI and then use my sound design, my sounds in order to elevate the song from the basic genericness that everyone's going to sound like. And now you elevate it to the next level on it, right? And then if it figures out how to do that, then I got to find another way to incorporate myself into that process. Because, again, I ideally, right, I hope people don't use it to that extent, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And you either choose not to use it or get left behind. Who knows? Okay. Red light. but I have been giving it some thought. I'm hype. A lot. I realized a lot.
Somebody push the gas, going real fast. Put the slash on the dash with the match like. Hear the bass, don't need brakes, hit the red lights. Somebody push the gas, going real fast. Put the slash on the dash with the match like. Hear the bass, don't need brakes, hit the red lights. Hit the red lights. The red lights. Somebody push the gas, going real fast.
Yeah, that's what it's got on Suno. But that's the thing I used to, and it made it sound so generic. Sorry, I'm all over the place here. I'm trying to hear this guy's song, but we're talking about AIs, and someone just mentioned that tool. Yeah, so that's the tool Suno has, where you upload like your song or a portion of it, right? And you tell it to extend it out. I tried it. I didn't like what it did. It just generified the song, like made it super generic sounding, like super fucking generic. Like think Spotify selected playlist genericness, like a fucking solid playing like a hook melody or something, but the most generic shit you've heard. To me, it's, again, maybe it's the prompt I put in that, but it just made the song sound gentrified. It just gentrified the song. That's the way of putting it. The song sounds badass, super underground. And then I tried using that extend feature, and it was whatever. But like I said, it did provide some cool ideas on, for instance, the vocal, how to loop it in the build up or the break, how to transition from the break to the drop. There were some valid things it did, but the main gist, the main idea of it was just fucking too generic. Depends. Well, I tried putting the music into ChatGPT as well. Cool. You guys are telling him to clip the kick. Maybe just another kick is in order. I feel like if that kick gets clipped, it's not gonna sound as glorious as we think. I need a reset. Hold up. I've been thinking about too much AI stuff at the moment. We're gonna hold up. It's a good combo. I've been thinking about it all this week. So when someone did that, and I was like, now I'm like, okay, that's in my head again. Okay. Somebody push the gas, going real fast. The slash on the dash with the match like. Hear the bass, vocal has a lot of stuff going on it, so it loses a lot of the presence. So whatever she's saying, it's hard to really put out, and I think it takes away from the song. The kick, I would say, is a little too clicky. Someone asked me the question, every time I make a kick, my kick always sounds clicky, right? I've been making kicks for Paradox 6. I think they're some of the best techno kicks I've made in general. I am clipping, but I'm multi-band clipping, because if you clip a kick and it has a lot of low end, it will instantly just sound like shit. So personally, I would just switch the kick. This kick, the way I hear it, there's no way of getting it to sound the way it needs to for this track in any form of mixing way. So I would just switch the kick out, and find a good one. And then you can definitely clip that kick. If you can do it in a multi-band way, that's going to give you the best result, because then if you can just clip the mids and the highs, which is the transient, that sounds a lot better. When you clip the low end, I've tried doing it. The moment I hit the low end, let's say in multi-band, it already sounds like shit. And the moment I use a clipper, and I reach, you know, like maybe like the peaks, that's fine, but push it a little more and it just fucking sounds like shit. So maybe use soft clipper in that scenario, or find a way to do a multi-band, I would say. And the last technique I'll add in there is you can always also use a transient shaper to get the click or the transient of the kick to pop out more, right? So that gives you that punch. But from there, you want to clip it so that way you don't have too much of a peak versus your RMS of the kick. In essence, it allows you to just get louder in the mastering phase.
The red lights, it's a vibe, push the gas, going real fast. Got the stash on the dash, looking at you like, hear the bass, don't brakes, hit the red lights.
Weird atmosphere in the background there. Does it need it?
Red lights. Red lights.
Leads are really filtered here. Not sure why. Very warm mix on this. Yeah, so this part just gets messy. I like the ideas. It's just not sounding the way it should. Leads wide, has a lot of body, which is cool. But then you have these like hats or like rides and hats that sound a certain way that doesn't fit with that warmthness. And obviously the kick and the clap is just not sounding optimal, man. But hey, fuck it. If the song is done, just fix the stuff that has to deal with like the songwriting of it and release it and move on to the next one. And then the next one, just, you know, make sure you get the right kick in there and all that good stuff. Take a little bit of extra time. But yeah, there's something cool. I like the ideas. The start. I feel like I'm at church. I love Jesus. Jesus loves Ableton users. The whiteness of the daw. Voice shop class. Harmonically, this part's giving me the iffy jibbies, or yeah, iffy jibbies, man. Harmonically, right? Like it's not feeling like, oh, goosebump vibes, or it feels there's some tension in there. I've been looking at the notes of stuff, like what notes are hitting, what chords am I playing, what is the vocal singing, what melody, what note she's on. But yeah, this is iffy vibe. That drop's cool. Very washy, lots of splash on the high end, I would say, right? Like, I feel like that's more of a controlling the length of the drums. I could be fine, but personally, me, I like super defined drums, super precise, right? Like when we did a sesh, like I showed you how I usually go about it. So that's usually what I would try to do, and to when I hear the song, not having it sound too. It sounds like the kick also has some form of noise in it. Again, it can't be a bad thing. Yeah, it could be just subjective, right? You like that vibe. Personally, I'm like, but very washy. Nice. I like the chimes. Agreed on the clap. It's one of the things I first noticed too. Good call, good call. I was expecting the yap to hold on. No, I agreed on the clap. It's definitely way tucked in the back. I mean, that's the thing though, man. I saw this mixing book. That the one that you see pictures of, like the mixing manual or some shit, like it's a video series too, with this guy with a mustache and a glorious hair. I'm sure most of you guys know what I'm talking about. And it's crazy because you can have variation. It doesn't have to all sound the fucking same, I would say. So that's what makes mixing hard, because if the clap is in the back, I can hear it. It's in the back. Is that wrong or is that right? You know, that's always the question. So it doesn't make me go like, damn, that sounds like shit. It's just more like, claps in the back, you know? Yeah, if you feel like it needs to be out to the front, you do that. Personally, me, like, I'll try and explain what I hear in my head, okay? Like, because I feel this is what I would do, but I'm trying to figure out how I come to that conclusion, because I could just say do this, but why do it, right? So to me, when you're working with songs like this, right, if you want the drums to be wishy-washy, that's fine, as long as they're not taking up space from other elements that are important in the song. So for instance, if the track was like a Mark Knight track where it was just the vocal, the kick and the bass, and maybe some shots here and there, then I would allow the drums to be wishy-washy like this, because it fits the vibe. However, if I'm going to be going in with a vocal, if I'm going to be having chord swells, if I'm going to be having melodic riffs with synths like this, then that wishy-washiness of the drums, like, essentially creates a mask that I can hear. And when the lead plays, I hear that goddamn wishy-wash part of the drum on top of it. So to me, when I hear it here, I would want to correct that. You know, I would want to shape the drum better, have it not last as long, have it not have that tail, because it takes away from what I deem, right? Like, I'm hearing the synth, I'm thinking, yeah, those drums are taking away from that glorious fucking... And your wow, fucking like chord, guitar swell, whatever, sound as well. So that's why I would personally choose to do that and shape the drums a little better with a transient shaper, with a drum gate, with Neutron 4 transient shaper, by just going in and modifying the drum, by using the Ableton gate feature that it has on the bottom left when you're in beats mode, turning off the repeater, or the forward repeat to the front, or the forward reverse back. I don't know what to call it. That's all I know it does. But essentially just putting it off, which is the arrow hitting the wall. and then using that. But then that makes your drums be a little too like clicky and punchy. So that's why I'd rather use a gate for that. But those are things that are going through my head. That's why I would choose to do that. Yeah, other than that, cool. Definitely felt like the harmony with the vocals and, like I said, parts of the break were a bit iffy to me, but it could be fine. It could be fine. So times the drums that makes. I had a remix. I like how you have the stories, man. For Miss the Rage, I had in the back burner for a year. Come back to it, and all I needed was a transient shaper plus a new sub. I was so mad, lol. Yeah, that's the thing, man. That's why it's always good to get feedback and an outsider's perspective, because when you're too close to the project, you kind of hyper focus and your brain kind of eventually just hears the song and thinks, well, it sounds fine, or does the corrections it needs to do with, you know, with your ears. Okay, Raw Prospect. I was just at a school checking it out. I don't know if this is a woodwork shop, but yeah, cool. Are you making production desks or what? Maybe I got it. I'm not sure, man. Trying just to focus at the song at hand. I wish I had a Nate in the back, a manager in the back, like to be able to check this shit. It's all good. This is what AI would call hypnotic grooves. This is a hypnotic groove. Drums leave a lot to be desired. I like the stabs. I think the kick's okay. I mean, lacks some high end, I would say. But improvement wise, the drums need a lot. They need to be more upfront, it feels like. To sound more processed. Clap is buried in there. Bring it up. Where's the open hat? If you don't want the open hat, that's fine. But cool. Atmosphere. This is one of those songs that just feels like I have a lot of work to do. But the groove is cool. Like it makes you move. So that's cool. In the words of a guy, a music criticizer that I used to watch, A Dose of Buckley, the production quality is low on it, but the ideas are pretty decent, I would say. Like, it makes you move, right? It's hypnotic. I don't know what else to call it. It's underground, warehouse, rave stabby, right? It works. But yeah, like, I guess if I had to kind of say what can be better in it, production quality can be upped. That's just like the quality of stuff, the way it sounds, the atmosphere, the way the drums are hitting. Right now it just sounds very raw, which could be fine. I mean, I feel like you could play this out and it's cool, you know, deep underground rave and shit. You can throw a vocal on it for sure. A lot you can do with it, but yeah, the way it sits, that's really all I gotta say.
Can't deny the way I feel. I can never get enough.
Yes, better production quality will do wonders for sure.
It's so simple when I see it. Can't deny the way I feel. It's so electric when we touch. I can never get enough.
Nice to meet you, Omar. Omar. How you guys feeling about this one, man? Fuck. It says out now on Ceph Records. Man, I don't want to be mean, so I'll let it play. Hold up. I'll just say what I gotta say. You love the harmonic language? Okay, cool. Maybe it's just me.
The way I feel is so electric. When we touch, I can never get enough.
Now it feels off. That's fine. YouTube is fine.
I can never get enough. It's so simple when I see you. Can't deny it. The way I feel you. It's so electric.
Spark's
When
cool.
we touch, I can never get enough. 'Cause your body's on my mind. Get enough, get enough, get enough, get enough, get enough, get enough. Can never get enough, get enough, get enough. Can never get enough, get enough, get enough, get enough.
There's something wrong. It could be harmonic. It could be mix related. I think it's more harmonic related. I could give a rat tats about the mix. I could say a lot about it, but to me, it's that idea. I mean, I respect the fact that you can do a pitch drift on the lead and that you're doing like some either high portamento on it, always on. But yeah, it's weird. I think it's the vocal. I'm far from the best producer, but I try my best, man. I appreciate you. It's not tickling me in any harmonic way. Like, I don't know if it's because it's off. But I would look at the harmony of stuff. That's personally me. The tuning. There's something going on. I don't know if it's the lead, if it's the vocal, if it's the bass. I'm not even thinking about your mix, by the way. It's more about the notes, the harmonic, the tuning. Like, you're doing the pitch drifting on the lead, but I feel like it takes away much more than adds, to be fair. That's all I got to say on it. Nothing else of value for me to add to that, to be fair. If you think it sounds cool, it sounds cool. Just have the confidence for that, but to me, it sounds dodgy. Hi, Sen, I took your feedback from the last time I submitted. Do you think this is release ready at this point? It could be a lot of things. It's one of those things where if you're giving feedback to someone, unless you're in the project and can check everything out and try and fix it yourself, you really don't know what it is. But I'm pretty sure it's a tuning thing. Could be wrong, but those pitch drifts.
All you got to do is move.
Like the ideas. Snare is asking me for help. You know, like I'm gonna go over there, like give it CPR. I like the way it's progressing. So super dope. Nice echo delay. Love that repeating vocal in the center. Sick. Love what you're doing here. This is awesome. Hell yeah. Come on. What you got? What's the payout? Oh, damn. There you go. AI can't do that yet. Fuck yeah. I like the effect, but it needs to sound like it's cool what you're doing. I would say that effect is sick, but it needs to sound more in theme, more in the vibe, more at the level that we're at with this song. It's fucking AI. What does that mean? Computer like fucking like Big Crush fucking infiltrator-esque thing, you know, like
All you got to do is move.
like how could you do that though?
All you got to do is
I love that. If you can do it to that extent, yeah, that's sick. And the snare. Fix the fucking snare. Now we're in the break. Cool.
all you got to do is move. Move, 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 move,
It's cool. Too filtered on some stuff. That sound needs to be bigger, bro. Right, that's all cool. It's just the way sonically it sounds. Like it needs to sound more expensive. This sounds like Dollar Tree. I'm disrespectfully, it sounds Dollar Tree. It needs more saturation, more. If you saturate it and you get it, cool. If you don't, then it just needs to be either like the sound design of it. You know, cutoff opens up more. Some resonance with the cutoff opening up more. Some FM frequency, some amplitude modulation to get Tron Eris type of sounds. Don't ask me how I know. You know, fucking like it needs more, but that's the right idea, but it just needs that wowness factor.
All you got to do is move. Dance with the groove. All you got to do is move.
He's Dollar General, let's go.
Dance with the groove. All you got to do is move.
That lead, personally, me, I think it sounds whack, but it could fit. That's more of a thing where I'll say it could be subjective on that. So I would say that lead for me, could do better. Find something else, make something else. I would say, but as of now, I don't know why it just doesn't make me go fuck yeah. You know, it doesn't make me go fuck yeah. And yeah. Cool. I like the idea. I like the new arrangement. I think it's sick. I like how the break is working and stuff. You have all the right things. It's just gotta take it to that next level, man. And again, take your time with it. Like I always say, have 3 songs you work on. So that way, when you get stuck on this, move on to the next one. But when you come back to this, try out different stuff. As for the effect that I was talking about on that mid drop here, before you go into your last break, there's this plugin. It's called Infiltrator by Devious Devices or Devious Machines. There's some dope presets in there that do what I'm hearing in my head. The thing is I haven't studied the presets to know what's going on in it, but I'm pretty sure it's a form of bit crusher with some noise modulation or something, but bit crusher for sure. Check it out if you can. They have a demo. Tell them sent you. No, okay, I don't fucking. But it's in there. It could be the Redux, like moving. Okay. Why are you peddling Shaperbox? I tried to like Shaperbox, man. Like I really have. The thing is, maybe it's just me. I try using it all the time, and every time I get into that fucking editor where you like do the sequence, I give up. I say fuck this shit because it's so fucking finicky. Like I'll click and then I'll click. I'm like, fuck this shit. And then I gotta delete the coordinate point. And then it's a pain in the ass to delete the coordinate point. Maybe there's a better way of doing it, but I'm like, man, fuck this shit. So eventually I just end up going to Infiltrator, which just has a way better user experience for me. So that's why I don't like Shaperbox. I even tried doing a sidechain in it, and the fuck, man. Fuck, I'd rather use Kickstarter by Nicky Romero, which is the same company, just the volume module of it. But yeah, man, that shaper box. I want to love it. I like the guy. I like the guy.
Looking at me, looking at you. Pushing it deep, love how you do it. Give me the heat, give me the groove.
It's how will you make a lead big? Like, what will be your chain? Well, first thing is the sound design of it. If the sound design is whack and doesn't let you get it big, then that's the first step. It's sound design, right? So usually what I find is basic sounds like saws and squares are the key as starting points. But from there, you want to either one, use it as is, detune it, add voices to get the super saw sound, the right filter, etc. Right? If I decide to FM the sounds, I have to be careful not to destroy it to the point where it adds either way too much harmonics or way too much stuff that won't allow me to get the sound to sound big. Okay. From there, it's going to be a combination of saturation, distortion, and compression. So if I can push the sound really fucking hard, that's good. But the problem with that is when you push the sound really hard, a lot of the times you can also thin it out, right? So you got to be careful with that. From there, proper EQ, and then some reverb, some delay, and that's it. Now, the problem with it is shit can go wrong at any of the steps I mentioned, because if you put too much reverb, then the lead gets pushed to the back and you lose all the power in it. You put too little, it sounds too dry and way too, it doesn't sound big because we humans won't perceive it as big because it's not in the right space. It's not portraying that it sounds big. But usually it's sound design, saturation, clipping sometimes, compression sometimes, just depends on the sound, proper EQ work, reverb, delay, and not in those steps. Like, I'm all over the place with it, but usually it's good fucking sound to begin with, saturate that motherfucker. The key of the game, and I did it with the acid sound in the previous video I did. I don't know if you watched it, but I talked about how a lot of people make the mistake of putting a very bass heavy sound into distortion straight away, and they end up with what I would call noob saturation if it's not intended, if you're trying to get that bigness out of it, because the low end just produces a distortion that sounds way too bloated, I would say. So you remove or pre-filter the low end out so you can push the mids and highs more hard, and then you can always add the low end back in later on in the chain if needed. But a lot of times you don't need to, because if you're gonna push the sound that hard, you're gonna bring up the low end as well, man. But yeah, I would say that the step people miss is just saturation and distortion. Those are the big ones, man. Like, I was doing a Maddox Space 92 remake for the demo of Paradox 6, and my sounds were there, but I was like, it's still not to that level they have it at. So I had to just distort a lot more after the Serum 2 sound design sesh. I got a rack from Oreo that could help with the big crushing effect. It adds a lot of movement, and it could be that. You should send it to him, man. But that's personally how I would do it. Every sound I've had, usually I'm using saturation and distortion, man. And the type of saturation distortion you use, does it matter? I would say to an extent it does, right? You can use the Ableton stuff for sure if you know how to use Roar and the saturator module. Fuck yeah. Personally, me, I use Thermonics Vulture Culture from UAD and Decapitator, but I like the Thermonics a lot more. I think it sounds a lot better. And Saturn 2 if I don't like the way the sound sounds and I want to change the tone of it, like more mids, more highs. And I know you guys don't like this plugin. Well, most people on YouTube for some reason. Trash by Isotope. Fucking love that thing as well.
I don't wanna sleep, I wanna move it.
Cumbia de Los Ángeles. Give a fuck, alright? Black Box is great too. Too friendly for me. Alright, let's give this man one more. Cool. The Usher lead, yeah, dude, that sounds like fucking yeah. Tell me you're using Sam Smyers, yeah, preset. I'll tell me you're using. that mid sound there, more expensive saturation, I would say. Like, you know, that's one of those sounds where I would push the shit out of it. But it's cool. I know what you're doing with this stuff. For what it is, it's sounding decent. Yeah, I got the bass accents going. Fucking gay, man, in a good way. Possibly. Yeah, it's Usher. Yeah, dee dee. Yeah, man, it sounds cool. Honestly, just hearing it through, it's pretty cool. Yeah, like you know, it's not my song, so I'm not gonna like. Someone said, I was working with this guy. He's like, because you know, I always like to say the dads make half the music that's coming out. Everyone with kids, but yeah. So I was having a chat with him. Yeah, you know, when we're producing for artists and stuff, if they think it's cool, okay, I'm done. You know, I'm not gonna pour my heart and soul into this shit because it's not my song, right? But that's a good thing because sometimes you can overthink stuff and do way too much. But if I had to pour my heart and soul into this, sorry, I got some boogers in me, man. This part here, I'll probably do a lot more. It's cool, but it's a little kind of like, you know, I want to risk it all, but we ain't risking anything. You know, like really like a cool atmosphere, cool art melody and art in the back. Something that helps us transition from this to the fucking build up in a cool way. Yeah, sure. Something cool needs to happen. That's all I can say, you know? It's kind of like cool. It's cool, you know? It's just, but the song's saying risk. Let's fucking risk, man. Let's fucking do something. Go through some presets. Hit the one note. Hope for a Hail Mary in there. You know, usually trying to find something dope. But if I add ups or something drop feels weaker, it shouldn't though. Because if you have the ARP in this little section, you can always wash the ARP out on the buildup. Right? The thing is, if you add the ARP and you leave the ARP the same volume static, yeah, you know, your drop's going to suffer because we're going to perceive the drop as being less because the before is way too full. But if you grab the ARP or you add a static sound like a pop, 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 think Afro House or something, and in the buildup, you fucking wash it out or you automate stuff on it so that by the point you get to the end, it's not as strong as it was at the beginning here, then it should work fine. For instance, risk it all, 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 risk it, risk it, risk it. Right, you could do that. I wanna. Oh, wait, watch. I'll give you another one. Do that, or maybe right, something like that. See, that's risking it. What I mean by that is, you know, look at me right now. I'm risking it. You know, I'm acting like you know, I'm doing all this shit. I'm risking looking like a dumbass, but I'm risking it. You know, I'm risking it all. But anyways, you could do a lot. You could do. Wow, 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 wow. get on. Yeah, you can do this so much. And if all else fails, right? Like I said, you can use Suno AI. Maybe run this little portion here or some shit. Create some tags that generate something EDM-y, and just have it give you ideas. It will produce some cool stuff like as well that you can do, and get ideas that way. Again, we had this chat about AI. That's personally the way I would use it, right? I don't know what the fuck to do. Senna's telling me, or my mentor's telling me, I need to fucking risk it here, but I don't know what the fuck he means, and I don't know. I don't have any ideas. Well, thank fucking God. Go on Suno, drop your song in, that little portion, the build up, and see what it generates for you. Like, have it remix it or have it extend it, and then just see what it does, man. And you'll see, maybe you'll get some ideas. You'll get something that will trigger like a neuron that will lead you down this connection path of more neurons. And if it, isn't that how the brain works, right? Anyways, I'm not a brain surgeon. I'm just kidding. I'm not a neurosurgeon. All right. All I gotta say, but pretty good, man. It sounds like you know what you're doing. Honestly, every song coming in here, it's like literally, bro, like what the fuck? I need to make beginner videos. You guys are making me feel bad. I'm just gonna make how to make an like, I don't know, even that sounds kind of advanced. I'll make it advanced. Shit. How to use Ableton for the first time. I need to get more beginners in here. Oh fuck. Yeah, dude, everything's pretty solid in terms like nothing so far has sounded where it's like, oh shit, which is good. When I fucking die, I'm gonna remember that. Oh, I saw you in the new video, bro. EDM Prodigy, or wait, fuck. EDM Tips Prodigy. Okay. That bass is giving me over-processed vibes, but we'll see what happens. He usually makes pretty good shit. I hear that infiltrator, brah. Pound that shit. Eskimo, bro. Those sounds are cool. Sure how I feel about him, but they're cool. I respect, but the vocal needs to be SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube. It's there, man. Tutorials, you watch my videos. I use a lot of my music that I'm working on there as well. Sometimes even the ones that I give to other artists, but that's where you hear it, man. Give me some place. Appreciate that, man. Thanks. I worked hard on it. Well, this guy's definitely risking it. Hold up, man. Hold up. I read the chat. Sometimes I'll get some comments. I gotta answer, and then my brain goes like, whoop. This is my wheelie therapy for sure. I get lots of laughs out of it. I'm trying, man. I'm trying, but sometimes it's like I'm combating like being serious or just fuck it, being funny and shit, man. I like this. This is sick. I like that idea of that. Does it need to repeat constantly would be my question. Thanks, man. That means a lot, bro. I had a burnout like 2 days ago. Usually a burnout would be me going, fuck, I gotta do all this shit. Oh, fuck. So I'm good now. That's what I would personally do. That's what my brain wants. He's definitely risking. How do you guys feel about that? I'll give you my take, and again, this is one man's opinion. So, when it comes to like the idea of stuff, right, it's subjective and shit. So, for sure, if you vibe with it, you vibe with it. But I would do more of a call and response. You can still have the vocal, and maybe play with the cutoff, and then keep it going, and then do it again, and vice versa. And then if you want to do this, I think that's cool, like having it there. But like I tell my daughter, I think you're showing too much of the goods. So, yeah, she's also the reason I burnt out. Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. So maybe the filter on it can be more modulated there, right? Like. But I like the idea of that. I think that's dope. Good stuff. Yeah, some brass there would be cool too. I'd mod that. Oh shit. Good morning, man. Yeah, the tempo change was cool. How do you guys feel about the way it gets into it though? Do you guys think the tempo change should gradually happen as you approach, like from here to the break here and then increase, or go straight down in tempo, half it? No, yeah, that mid-range pluck is definitely iffy. There we go. BPM coming up. Risking it, man. Good shit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Time response, baby. Too much. If I have to skip, it's not there yet. So just keep that in mind. But I like how you do that. Like that allows for a DJ to mix out in such a cool way. So that's dope, man. Yeah, so man's risking it, right? If we're gonna do this stuff, you gotta do it in a way where like you don't alienate, but like you definitely get people either going, "This is sick," or "What the fuck is this shit? What's going on? What the fuck?" Yeah, so man's risking it. That's good. I like that. I like that. thought that was sick. Do you need the fucking lead though? That's the only part that's really like, huh? So that would be my do like I said over here in the beginning of the feedback. Does the bass need to be that open if you're gonna have it filtered over here? That's about it. And then the build-up again does get a little hectic, but I would just say certain like ear candy hits, maybe they're not needed, like the but yeah, sick. I respect this. You know, it does stuff differently, trying to push the boundary a bit, so that's sick, man. Oh fuck. I like big butt. Shred life. I hate fake drops. It's a real crowd. It kills the vibe always. Yeah, like I think that's what I recently like re-downloaded this book I bought from Sample Magic. It's called it's House Something, the Manual for House Music or something. So essentially the book is just creating house music. But at the end it just says, good, now you know how to make house music, so make sure you go keep clubbing so you know what works and what doesn't work and all that. So yeah, maybe we should go clubbing more. Maybe like we'll start to realize the fake drops are nothing more than bullshit, not needed. Fake drops will clear a dance floor 8 out of 10 times. Okay, that's good to know, man, because it always feels like you need to make them, but fuck, yeah. You don't like breakbeat genres? That clap ain't it. Everything else sounding cool though. You're giving us the Nicki Minaj version. Fuck, dude.
Yeah. This one is for my. This one is for my bitches with a fat ass in the fucking club. I said, with my fat ass big bitches in the club. Fuck the skinny bitches. Fuck the skinny bitches in the club. I wanna see all the big fat ass bitches in the motherfucking club.
Bruh. That's cool, I guess. But definitely wanted to feel like there's a lot more going on, though. It feels like Nicki Minaj vocals up here, and it's very empty. Club might work, who knows? But to me, it feels like there needs to be more. This part's sick.
My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
Okay.
Sick. Fucking hate the bass accent, bro. You can still have the main bass chugging, you know? Right now, it feels rather like, no copyright alert. I haven't seen it pop up. The bass, when you do the bass accents, you leave the original bass in the center, man. You're losing a lot of power doing that. See, like right there? That's cool, but we still need that bass down the center, bro. Nice. Yes. Risk it. Risk that shit. Let's go. Risk it, bro. Let's go. He's gonna fucking do it. Come on. Don't be generic, baby. Let's go. You got this. Don't do that. Leave the bass going.
My anaconda
I'm hot.
Yeah.
don't want none unless you got buns, hun. My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
Okay.
My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
Ah, fucking hell, bro. You need that fucking sound, bro. Yeah, so here's my biggest, I guess 3 gripes on this. 1, clap. 2, when you do the bass accent thing, you remove the power. I kept repeating it. I'll keep repeating it because if I'm dancing and then when you do it, I'm like, I'll stop. So that's a big no-no. And 3, the synths here. It's a saw. I mean, you could do a lot more with it, I feel, man. Down an octave and then put some FM on it. Do something with it. Put some infiltrator. Put some Hail Marys on it. So it sounds dope.
None unless you got buns, hun.
That lead sound isn't needed. I would say, is this fucking needed? That's about it. Pretty sick at it, man. Pretty sick. If I was doing the rounds, I'd play this shit every fucking day, bro. Fucking sick. About the accent. So when he does the accents. So what that means is usually you have your bass doing dun 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 dun. Right? If you want to emphasize or create a jump up moment on certain spots of the bass, you won't do it constantly. You'll do it here and there in order to give the bass more depth. There's levels to this shit. Then you grab another bass layer and you layer it on top of the X16 bass. You remove the low end out, of course. And then you use it on specific hits or specific parts to create an accent, emphasize. He's doing it. Problem is, he's removing the main bass. So you get the accent, but the main bass isn't there. So you lose all the low end drive and it makes you go stop. So that's what I mean by that. And then the clap is not, that's not, yeah, fuck that clap. Put a snare or a stronger clap in there. That's about it. Shred live. Of course, Nate. I'm gonna go get coffee. I got this playing in the back. Pretty sick idea. This part here is sick. Jam batter. Damn, bro. I'm loving the atmosphere. I'm like, get me the fuck out of this room. I want to go party, bro. Cool, man. I like it. I think my only issue with it, if I had, you know, like again, vocal, harmony, that's about it. Because the bass is playing. That's the only thing I'm iffy on. Again, it could just be me, man. It could just be me wanting to put fucking chords on every vocal I hear and stuff. But yeah, super cool, man. Super cool. All right. EDM Tips Prodigy. I saw you in the new video, bro. Let's bring some glory to the man. To Will. Let's go. I am a chord whore. I love chords. I love taking on 3 notes at a time, bro. You know what I mean, dog? Hey, and if I feel a little jisty, man, I'll take on four notes at a fucking time. You know, I hear they call that shit extended whores and shit. Uh-huh. I don't know. He fucking gave me some. We on the block. I'm waiting for the drop.
Calm down for a ride. Huh.
Fuck.
We on the block, it's the block, in the 1, 2, 0.
I hear some of my samples, so that's why I go, fuck. God damn it, me and Will. I'm still vape free. I don't need the vape. I'm only because I'm out of sins. I'm still a nicotine addict. It's just I'm just vaping it because I didn't want to buy nicotine pouches. Where's the bass, bro? Where's the low end?
Drop top down, almost 69. Baby, calm down for a ride. Huh.
Yeah, just add a sub in there or something. You gotta get the low end pumping. I think the idea is cool though. Yeah, just careful with some sections getting too cluttered, too much stuff going on. Here.
Drop top down, I'm a 69. Baby, come down for a ride.
Baby, calm down. We on the block in the 120. 120. We on the block. 120. 120. We on the block. We on the block in the 120. 120. 120.
Cool. Man, there's definitely a lot of energy in the song, man. I think all I gotta say is just watch out for too much clutteredness, right? Too much stuff going on at once. And the low end needs to be hitting harder. It sounds like the bass is too high of an octave, which is fine if you like the tone of it. In that scenario, you need a sub. Other than that, that's really all I gotta say on that. Good. Very good. Okay. Oh, I'm going down the list. Okay, finally get someone new. I've never heard Code 63, so this might be interesting. But depending on the cover art, I feel like I'm getting a Suno. I'm getting Suno'd for this one. Definitely. God damn, man. How'd I get you again? Trap King? God, Traposaurus. The Trap Masters. Trapzilla. Holy shit, traps, man. Them traps. Crazy. Crazy. Okay, let's go a little faster. Jump on one more. Igor. When did you submit, by the way? Man, I saw Lars. Dimao, Andrelic, Kaz, Hunt, Domek, Shenry, Avajan, Kendall Hill, Jacob Chukeshki, Yaya Marat, Yolik, Alexander, Kivo. Those are the ones I have right now. I mean, I have way more, but I'm just saying the ones that are coming up. Oh, there's the low end. No, I'm not. I haven't randomized these. Yeah, I never feel the low end on this one. It's like, what?
Starting route to the dance floor. Adjust tempo to 130 BPM. At the next roundabout, turn left. Recalculating. Turn right. Continue until further notice. Warning, heavy bass detected. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is not Beltran type shit. I forget what they call it. This is minimal tech, like solid grooves, raw grooves. It's raw grooves, right?
That's what we're here for, having a good time.
I think it works, bro. It works pretty good. It's yeah, minimal tech, but popularized by the Raw Grooves label. Not Solid Grooves, or maybe they have the compilation, the Raw Grooves, but that's what this stuff is. I only know because there was this period of time where I got a lot of these guys coming in, like just for some reason I had sessions with like 3 of them, back to back, like within months. So I don't know why I got them, but they all asked me the same questions. I don't know if they were testing me for something. Shit, I made my money, fuck, but. And I also made a whole pack about it. I think this sounds fine, and it's doing what you got to do. I mean, like, the low end's crazy on it. That's the only thing I'm always iffy on with this stuff. They tell me that that's the way it should be, so if that's the case, then okay, cool. I mean, it's there. You nailed it. I'd probably say, if you came in with this, I'd probably be like, can we use the vocal and do cool shit on the drop with it without taking away from the minimality of it. Minimality of it. Yeah, that's the vocal.
To 130. Continue to 1.
Yeah, so essentially this genre is kick, bass, and a bunch of fucking drums with like quirky effects. That's about it. Usually no melody. Usually very deep, very clubby music. When you hear it at a club, you'll see why. It hits, man. It hits really hard when done right. So yeah, but it's an underground genre, right? So no melody, keep it cool. Yeah, this is cool, man. That's all I would say. If you can add more to the drops, that's where my head is at. And of course, you know, like drum motifs and shit. That's about it. But do you know that Rumbly Low reminds you of Clubby times? Yeah. So the Rumbly Low, and for instance, what they do now, I can say it because I had to gatekeep this because I got told by one of them not to make a YouTube video about it. Essentially, it's a bass with fucking the Galaxy. The Galaxy tape echo. So there's multiple variations of it, but essentially it's an echo, space echo, and then they put that gives some of the reverb, and I think they add the delay too, but it has a tone to it, so they run their basses through that a lot. And yeah, those basses do have some form of reverb tied to them as well, so it's just fucking crazy. Trust me, when I first started getting into it, I was like, what the fuck? This is wrong. This is fucking wrong. But you know, when you're getting paid, you just kind of, okay, sure, you fucking want that kind of shit, let's do it. All right. Oh no. No, it's not on a return. I'm not sure, man, but that low end is not. This low end is not it. Sorry, man. I was trying to help you out, and I just landed on the worst part. God damn. Well. all good. It's all good. Ah, there's a fucking dog in there. That's why there's a dog. I thought it was just AI. Yeah, so now the issue is the bass. It sounds like it's too high, either too high up in octave, which is fine, right? The thing with bass is if you like the tone of that, where you have it, then you have to layer with another bass. So usually in, let's see, because then I can't go over there with the mic. If I have this bass at C1, right? So that's going to be 60 hertz, let's say, right? 60 hertz to 100 hertz, baseline somewhere around there. That's fine. There's a different tone. There's a bit more of an uplifting tone to the bass being there. However, in most analog synths, and I'll mention them because that's where I learned all this stuff by just using them. They have something known as a sub oscillator, which usually, depending on the synth, is either a square, a triangle, and rarely a sine. Which that's why I rarely tell people to use sines as their subs, but sines are fine for subs. It's just more of like I don't see it with these guys whenever there's a sub oscillator involved. The sub oscillator is there for this exact reason. If I decide to have the bass at this octave range and I still need more low end power, then I can use the sub oscillator to support the sound on top and provide the low end that is missing, right? Because some tech house, for instance, like I would say more of the minimal stuff, the bass is higher up, but then they'll have a sub below it to support that because you like the tone of that more than being down below. So 2 options. 1, this bass, put it down an octave. 2, bring in a sub. This is when you would want to use a sub. And the sub can either be a sine, a triangle, or a filtered square wave. Which one do you pick? Well, it depends. If you want to add character, square. If you want to respect the top bass and just add that frequency down there, a sine or triangle would be a better bet in those regards. Provides more of a softer feel to it. But definitely need it. Very interesting. And yeah, and obviously, the kick is providing all the low end and it's really loud compared to the bass. So, that also makes it sound a little too fuck. Yeah, man. Those are some cool shots though, bro. That's some anima level shit, bro. Yeah, I guess that's all I can say, man. It's your idea, right? So if you want to have the dogs barking, then in all fairness, who let the dogs in? Woof, woof. It could be cool. But yeah, you just got to work on the sonics and stuff, man. Dance music is one of those genres that the sonics, the low end is super important in it to make it hit and essentially have, I guess, some form of respect when people hear it. It's just the way it is. Because if it's not sonically there, it just sounds very newbie. Versus when you have like a genre like rock or like lo-fi or like acoustic guitar, right? Like it's like you could have a shitty mix, but if the lyrical substance is great and the singing is great, like people overlook that. But with this, you really want to nail that shit down, I would say. So I mean, D Ramirez made a whole video about bass. You can watch that. And then I do have videos where I believe I go over bass as well, man. You just gotta figure that shit out. Trapzilla, motherfucker! Oh my god! Damn, look at that. Yeah, let me rephrase. Yes. Use the sine wave as a sub. You can do that, right? It's the cleanest waveform. It's not going to produce any overtones or harmonics on top, right? The triangle is just going to be a more saturated version of the sine. I always say the triangle is on its way to becoming a square. And then the square is the full final transformation of a triangle. But yeah, use the sine. Usually the reason I kind of go with the square filtered is because I feel a lot of people like there's so many ways to fuck it up. And the square sounds like a filter, sounds like a sine that got saturated. Because sometimes you might have to saturate the sub, right? To produce some of the frequencies in between, because the bass you have on top, maybe use something spectral, and it's missing a lot of the frequencies between 100 hertz to 60 hertz, right? For a full low end range. So that's why usually I don't teach people to use the sine, but it's correct to use the sine as well if the top bass is an analog based waveform and nothing funky like a serum wavetable spectral type of top bass, if that makes sense. But hopefully it does, because when I teach people to make bass lines, a lot of times I get like, let's say intermediate to beginners when they're having struggles with bass. I'll teach them to just make basic bass lines with saws and squares so they don't have to use a sub, right? But if they like the sound up an octave, then I'll bring in a sine wave for those. But if they use something crazy like in Serum, let's say you go to the spectral folder and find a waveform that is interesting sounding, but not too full sounding, then I would go for a square sub, because I can control how much of the overtones, right? How much of the frequency I'm adding, right? So if I need to add a lot more body, then at least with the square I can do it, versus a sine, since it's just that one little waveform, right? I can't really get that fullness out of it. So then that's not the choice I would make. Hopefully that makes sense. I gotta work at explaining shit, man. Fuck. Nah, bro, look. Nah, bro, that fool has big traps, look. Like, look at my trap. What the fuck? Ah! Look at you, dirty ass. Hop. Is this clip? Did you clip? How much did you clip by? So, okay, I'm gonna try and explain what I hear in my ears in a way where it makes sense, but I think everyone knows what's wrong with this track already. Here we go. So right now that lead is probably way too loud compared to the kick and bass. So that's the first thing. Second thing, the kick and the bass sound like you put them in a concentration camp for a year and then just let them out recently. And they need some low end and mid lows in a good way. Like, holy fuck. It's lacking the low end body. So clipping is, you do want to do it with this genre, right? But you also want to mix good as well. But yeah, that lead is way too loud. Clap's cool. And by the way, the clipping, this I'll put it like this, right? So you definitely want to do it for these kind of genres. It'll help you get louder, and it's gonna become valuable for you, because now that you know you should fucking clip, like as you improve the other stuff, like you won't have issues getting loud. But The fuck was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Clipping for transparency just means 2 to 4 dB. Anything above that, now you're starting to saturate or distort, which is fair. But in that scenario, I would, if I want to do something like that, I would just distort with like Trash by Isotope or Saturn or Ultra Culture, Decapitator, you know, like Overdrive from Ableton for that. But if I'm going to clip for mixing to get loud, to control peaks, right, then usually it's 2 to 4 dB. If I can go more, I will fucking go more, by the way. But, okay, like, your kick needs body, your low end needs more. You got this, man. So, what I want you to do, I want you to grab a knife and cut out part of your traps and add it to the mid lows and low end of the kick and bass. Yeah, just look at like try boosting on the kick and bass where you fill it out a bit more and make sure the level of the lead isn't way too loud compared to the kick and bass. That's all I'm gonna say. And like Dice said, reverb on the lead too. Yeah, you got it, man. You got it. Like clipping is like, for this stuff, it's life changing. Okay, controlling your dynamics in the state in the beginning, so that when you get to the master, you just put the limiter and it's like, whoa, I'm fucking loud already. What? And why does everyone say mastering is hard? Kind of vibe, yeah. And also, yeah, that's for another. And anchor everything to the kick. Yeah. All right. We're starting to get into these songs that don't sound too pro, which is cool. I feel a little better. Yeah, man, these pro tracks come in. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Okay. Sick. Doesn't he have a mastering and mixing engineer that has been making videos on YouTube as of late? 5 of them are making videos on YouTube now? Hell yeah. Well, it's... It's cool, dude. That's the gatekeep though. Clop. Okay, so cool. Let's give some proper feedback to this track. Clap needs to be more too much. It sounds like the highs are too filtered on it. Here you can have more drums, like close hat, usually easiest thing, right? Depending on where you're at in your production journey. Easiest thing to do is grab a close hat from a 909 and just hit in between the kick, clap, and open hat. So there's those kick, E, offbeat, kick, E, offbeat, So in the E and the you can always land a close hat there. You don't have to land it on every single one, but wherever you decide to put it will add to the rhythm. So if you do like... You can outside a shaker. Some cool stuff to do. There you go. I like the do. That's cool. Sorry, it's because here I am complaining about all the pro songs coming in, and now we get like a guy that's starting out and stuff, and it's cool, you know. It's cool to have that. I feel a little better. Damn, that's fucked up, but yeah. You guys make me feel like shit sometimes, man. Your music's too good. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, it's just all about improving, right? Sound design, finding a better bass. Yeah, cool, man. I like it. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, I'm surprised you stuck around for that long. It seems like everyone either went on to be famous DJs or ended up quitting. But baby, dun, 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 dun. I think the bass line is cool. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Oh yeah, this is an R. That's cool, Dice. Your name sounds very familiar, by the way. But I think I'm confusing you with the Panda Funk, Dice. Wait, is this the one we heard last time reworked? I'm actually pretty excited to hear it if he actually reworked it and sent it back. Ah. Switch! Alright, cool. You switched. That's what we're here for, man. I expect 1% royalty. Nah. Do the shakers need to be here? Do the shakers need to be here? Kills the vibe. Kills the vibe. Kills the vibe. Beautiful pad. Love that. Oh yeah, for sure. Now that you guys mention it, I'm gonna bump it up because I have this majiggers, so I've been hearing at a very quiet volume, so I gotta hear louder. Let's see. I fucking need, yeah, for sure, dude. I'm a man, bro. I ain't getting no manicures, even though there's man in the name. I cure. Man, I cure. Cure what? Yeah, I guess you guys are right on the side of the pianos on the sides. When I bump it up, I can see like the definitely can be cleaned up a bit, and the piano on the sides can. If you can bring up the mids and highs more, that's what I would say. Then it might sound glorious, but they're very wide, bro. They're very wide. I close my eyes. Ah, man, I got David Goggins' feet, bro. part's beautiful. This part's very, very good. But it's ruined by the shakers, sadly. And then here too, find a way to like make it feel like we're in a transition rather than still like just a bunch of shit going on. And I think once the piano's fixed, like you get it sounding right, man, I think it's pretty good. Honestly, I fucking increased the volume. It sounds decent, man. And it doesn't, yeah, it sounds decent. Let's fucking do it. Fuck. Yeah, like let's not overthink that. Sounds decent. All right, let's see. Okay. Kick either one, clean up the mid-lows, or two, compress it. If you want to try the compression, try this. You're in Ableton, right? So grab Ableton, compressor, hit the arrow, set the look ahead. It should be at the bottom. You might have to switch the mode it's in the terms of the visual. And put the look ahead at 10 milliseconds. That makes it so that the compressor creates a bit of latency so that it knows when the kick's coming and it can grab the transient of the kick a lot more effectively than whether you had it off or at 0, look ahead. From there, the knee, set it to 0 and then play with it later on if you choose to. Attack 30 to 60 milliseconds. Fast release. So that fast means all the way to the left, and then play with it a little bit, but not, you don't have to have too much. And then you lower the threshold until you get a bit of gain reduction. And as you're doing it, hear what happens to the kick. Just hear what happens to it. Okay, don't go hard on it because you will fuck it up, but slow. Feel it out. Feel the force. Now, but you see the kick, like the transient of the kick stays, but then the body of it gets reduced a bit, like the low end. It gives you a kick that's very well shaped. It feels like your kick needs it. It's either that or you control the mid lows, or shorten it, but try that. Pretty sure you'll like it. Bro. Oh, well then if you're in Logic, then just do the same thing. It's the same concept for any compressor. That's what he said. If the vocal can be a little louder, do it. You are right. I mean, I'm down. Who has in? So maybe you guys can help me out here because it's something I've been struggling with as of late. And you guys, come on, and I know there's some of you guys, I want your opinion. His bass, right? Top part of it, you know, has that top lead layer to it. What does protrude more mean? Like pop out more? See, that's the thing. Should bass be opened all the way like that? Or does it fight with anything on top of it? That's the hard part. I find that the top part of the bass fights with the vocal, doesn't it? Am I fucking wrong? See, that's the part I've been struggling with, because with my fucking ears for these kind of tracks, like I'll hear it, and when I have the bass open, it gets hard to have it fully open, because then it feels like it's fighting with the vocal or invading the space of the vocal or of the open hat or closed hat. I don't know. I could be fucking wrong. Maybe there's some mixing expert in the chat that does this shit for a living, where they've mixed so many songs with bass lines like that, that can say, "Oh yeah, you're right or you're wrong." That's what I'm saying. Yeah, right? So I mean, I think it sounds good when the vocal's not there. So that would be my main thing. Do you filter the bass there when the vocal plays, right? That would be it. And then when the vocal's away, then you let the top part of the bass come through. It's one thing I'll give you guys an example. Yeah, that's the main thing with the vocal that's going on for me. Vocal could be louder, and then that part of the bass could get filtered. But everything else sounds pretty good, man. And yeah, sidechain the vocal a bit on the drop. I agree with that. But no, it does. 3 seconds. Nice. Nice. Nice, bruh. Yeah, finish it. It's really cool. I mean, I think it's great, man. You did good. I'm not sure. That's the thing. Here, I'll show you guys what I mean. By the way, I'm done doing feedback. I'm just gonna get opinion on people and then head out. I got a very stacked day today, so can't be here till 1 or 2. But you guys can give me your opinion on this, because it's been bothering the shit out of me. Maybe it's not that deep, you know? Like, it doesn't go that fucking deep. Probably doesn't. But it's the one thing I've been conflicted about. The song's called Busting on Your Face. Okay. So yeah, I just don't want to blast people's ears. When the layer together feels like the new synth's too loud for those 3 notes before the one. Yeah, but with the bass, right? So let's say oh, I gotta let this shit load up a bit. Oh, well, my plugins aren't working. Let's restart it. Don't save. I don't know why it does that. Oh, yeah, and this. Yeah, I think it sounds fine, to be fair. But that's the issue. Maybe I'm overthinking that. That's not feedback for you, Axel. You don't got to do that, man. It's more about that top part of the bass. Maybe. Okay, shit's opening because with all the stuff. 7th sound definitely needs more bite. Personally, let it stick out a bit. Yeah, I definitely agree on that. But it could just be that the kick is so big that it doesn't pop out for that reason. Like I literally want to go with an EQ and reduce on the kick a bit. Like in the mid-lows or the compression thing I was talking about. You think the kick is fine? You're not going to like my kick. My kick is thin compared to that, bro. Sorry. Sorry. So I'll give you the example. Okay, this is pretty fucking loud. But okay. So let's say I got this bass, right? And let's say fuck. I don't know. Wait up. This sounding like shit. All right, so let's say top part of the bass. This section here, right? Do you filter that or do you reduce on it? That's my biggest gripe because I'll have this. Like this.
Feel the rush.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I always find it fights with the open hats, the top part of the sound. Also, this sounds like it's fucking clipping, but...
Feel the rush. Feel the rush. Feel the rush. Feel the rush.
So you guys think the bass sounds better when you filter the highs out? See, that's my thing, because sometimes when you filter the highs out, the bass loses the definition, right? So that's been my biggest gripe, because you make the bass, right, punchy as shit. Like, it has a lot of nice, like, top end to it, but once you have it in, let's say, like, this part of the song.
Feel the rush.
Right, like that. Right, so do you filter the top part of the bass or do you reduce on it? Or is this fine? Now, I'll tell you why I'm super like overthinking this. It's because this one time I was working with a label and I thought it sounded great. But they told me, why is the bass so filtered? Like, why does the bass sound so dead? And I was like, what the fuck do they mean by that? So it turns out they just wanted me to open the bass up more, but to me, it never sounded that good. To me, it sounded better when you filter the top part of the bass, like this.
Feel the rush.
You know what I mean?
Feel the rush.
Yeah.
Thinking about the moment.
Yeah, right? So the bass can be more chill. Yeah, so that's been my biggest gripe is just the top part of the bass because I'm like, maybe it shouldn't be so open because there's just too much stuff going on top. Yeah, okay, I'll leave it there, man. Thank you. That's been bothering the shit out of me. I'm like, cool, thanks. All right, guys, thank you guys for sending me your music. Bass still punches. Okay, cool. We'll finish it, man. You know, I do sound design. I've been working on fucking Paradox stuff. And yeah, like I still find time to make music for myself, but you just gotta do it, man. Cause let me see. I'm trying to think if I have any like fucking fix that later. I've been doing these demos, which I call work because I have to show off the sounds and make sure, you know, people can see what they can do with them. But yeah, sometimes you just want to fucking like, you know, make some bangers or like express yourself or make some noise. So fuck. I've been diving into hard techno. Hermanos got me going. Yeah, it seems like that's like the new thing to do, but it's exciting because it's different. Yeah, I've been doing these kind of demos. This is just the remake of Space 92 and Maddox's track called Rolling. So this is how I usually make some of the sounds, but like I don't know if the Trapzilla guy is still here, but this is how I clip the kick. Bass. Trash I was talking about. To get the top part of the bass to pop out more. And then I think I'm clipping the drums as well. So like, again. Yeah, there's a new one, dude. I use K-Click, but it's annoying to set up to be helpful. Yeah, exactly. That's why. So, yeah, I used to have K-Clip, and I hated the workflow on it. So then I started using the Black Salt Clipper, and I love that one, but supposedly the quality's not as good. So then I saw these like bougie-ass clippers, like the orange clip, like the gold clip. So I ended up buying them. So those are the ones I use. But pretty much the reason we clip the open hat mainly is because if you look here, right, this is the peak of it. And then down here, the super bright green one is the RMS, right? So if there's a way for me to reduce on that and have it sound transparent, right, you can't really hear the difference, then I'm saving all of that volume. Adds up over a bunch of tracks. Crash factor's too low. Yeah, it makes it sound. Yeah, and those sounds are nasty, bro. What the fuck is that vocal? Yeah, dude, that trash is goated. Hey, bro, there's some samples in the Seaver 7 preset Serum 2 do not appear. I thought it was my problem, but the same thing happens to a friend, and he has better equipment than me. What do you mean by that? Like if it's the samples, like, well, I should have installed properly. Shit. I got the Seaver, because, yeah, well, I'm here. Somebody. Like, I think that's gonna be like the noises, no? It's gonna be the noises folder, the wavetables. If that's the case, then just send me an email and I'll resend you a download link. I mean, because if you bought it within the first hour, I believe the first batch was a little fucked. That's because the oversampling and saturation. But yeah, just send me an email here, bro. Check. If you email me, I can give you a 20%, bro. But yeah, that's what I've been doing in my spare time. Bunch of techno demos for Paradox 6 because I'm trying to release it next week, so it's gonna be cool, man. But anyways, you find yeah, email the wife. You find the time to make music for yourself as well, you know? And then obviously I have some other stuff. But you guys take care. It was a pleasure to hear your music. And till next Thursday. Till next Thursday.